So this is part two, and the last most recent things that I remember of him is one. It is not that recent, but it was 2006 when I got my second bike accident. Second bike accident on the same day. So my first was on 26 February 2005, and the second was 26 February 2006. Sorry, yeah, 2006. Yes. So same date, almost the same time. I had these accidents and on a motorbike, and I broke my fingers, three fingers. They have steel rods in them now. So I'm the Iron Man. Anyways, so he insisted on paying the bill of the hospital. Eventually, before I got the health insurance reimbursement and stuff, so he insisted on that. That's the first thing. The second thing is 2014 when he had a cardiac I think stroke, and then I was in South Africa, and I was contemplating. I heard about it, and I took a flight, and then I think the next day I landed, and from the airport I went straight to the hospital, and he didn't know about that. So when he saw me, he was quite I think he was happy, and he started telling my stories to everybody else in the hospital. So that's what I remember. The third thing that I remember is I think it was now 2019 recently when he was admitted in Kohinoor Hospital in Kurla, and I met him there. I had a brief word with him, and he had his own ways of thinking about healthcare and how therapy works and stuff. So he was almost scolding the ward boy in terms of what he was doing. This I don't remember the specifics, but I was like, come on, you are the patient, and you should be kind of following what they say, not them following you. But he was like that. He was probably a leader slash dictator. And then so that's three things, right? So first was that 2006 accident. Second was when I came to the hospital, Seven Hills, and then the third was Kohinoor Hospital. And then again it's a hospital thing, which is the fourth thing, which is I spent around 10 days with him in the hospital, Bombay Hospital. I think last time when I was in India, and and I had time, so I thought I should. So I was with him 24 hours a day in the same ward, and I got to talk to him many times, and he used to discuss a few things here and there. I even tried to give him a summary of the book, Six Thinking Hats, on how you can think, etc. I don't know if he understood, or he just said yes, and probably was part of it he got it, but a part of it he was on his own thoughts. But those that was my time, I think, to be with him for continuously 10 days, and probably perform my duty as a son. That's the fourth thing. The fifth thing is obviously the last call that I had day before yesterday with him. In the morning, I made a point in my calendar that I called him. So I called him, and he was fine, absolutely fine. But then in the afternoon, I think it was 1 p.m. 1:60 or something, and he called me, and he was calling on my Dubai phone, and I was like, why is he calling on my Dubai phone? You should be just probably calling on my India phone or something. But anyways, so I looked at it, I declined the call, and then called him back immediately, and I asked him why was he calling, and he actually said that he was dialing somebody else's number, and it got dialed by mistake. And then we had this conversation, and he was worried about his dialysis the next day, and obviously it gives him pain, and then he was kind of dreading that. But we had because he was not having any symptoms as such, so I was quite confident in terms of he's going to recover, because it was day 2 out of the 14. That's how I was counting, and I was very confident. And while we were having this conversation around things, within that 1 minute, he said to me, "Pray for me, don't forget to pray for me." And I know that he never asks me that generally, because I think he has given up on me being religious in any form as such. So last couple of years he has stopped asking me, but obviously earlier he used to ask me to read Quran and learn something on the religious front. But I didn't notice that. But now that I think about it, I think he knew the end was near, and it was his message that I should pray for him, and I did that. But it's strange, and it's difficult. But anyways, yeah, those were the 5 recent things that I remember about him. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace. Thanks.